for how to build in habits and then to test whether or not those habits have really stuck and whether or not they're likely to stick going forward. I picked 21 days because that seems to be the average or most typical system for engaging neuroplasticity as it relates to the formation of new habits. So basically what this involves is set out to perform 6 new habits per day across the course of 21 days. You write down 6 things that you would like to do every day for 21 days. The expectation is that you'll only complete 4 to 5 of those each day. Another reason for not necessarily performing all 6 is that some activities probably shouldn't be performed each day. For instance, in my case, if I were to weight train or even run every day, I'm of the sort that I don't recover so well. So I wouldn't want to do resistance training every day, but I might want to do it 4 days a week, for instance. So 21 days, you list out 4 to 5 things. So it might be zone 2 cardio, resistance training, sunlight viewing, writing. It could be journaling. It could be learning a language, mathematics. Again, this is going to vary depending on your particular goals and the habits that you're trying to create. But no more than 6, and the expectation is that you're not going to perform more than 4 to 5. If you miss a day, meaning you don't perform 4 to 5 things, there is no punishment. And in fact, it's important if you screw up and you don't get all 4 or 5 in one day, you don't do 8 the next day in order to compensate. You don't want to do anything or engage in a routine in any way that you can't keep up consistently for at least 5 and ideally 6 days per week. Every 4 or 5 years, you might have to update that, but you need to decide what you can do consistently, what you can do every day or at least 6 days a week or 5 days a week. There's a really interesting feature from the neuroscience literature and from the psychology literature that says that chunking this 21 days into 2-day bins can be very, very useful. While it is true that the unit of the day that our cells use is a circadian one, a 24-hour clock, there does seem to be something powerful about engaging in particular habits in a particular sequence for 2 days in a row and then resetting. So thinking, okay, I can do this for a day, and if I can do it for a day, I can probably do it for 2 days, and then resetting. So every 2 days, you're resetting. So you're chunking this 21 days into a series of 2-day bins in which you are trying to perform 4 to 5 new habits and then completing that 21 days. What to do once you've formed a habit and how to evaluate whether or not that habit is likely to persist long into the future. So here's the idea. You set out these 6 things that you would like to learn. Only expect that you're going to perform 4 or 5 each day. You do that for 21 days. Again, if you miss a day, you just hop right back on the next day. However, you should think about the functional units within this 21-day period as 2 days. You can try and nail 4 to 5 of these things for 2 days. If you happen to get all 6, great, but that's not necessarily required. So you can do it for 2 days, then reset, 2 days, then reset. And then in the next 21 days, you're not trying to acquire any new habits. You're not going to throw in 6 more habits that you want to learn. You're simply going to assess how well, how deeply you've rewired your nervous system to be able to perform those 6 habits of the previous 21 days. And this is extremely useful, I believe, because it will allow you to assess whether or not you can indeed make room, if you even have room, I should say, for more habits. Right? Many people are trying to cram so many new behaviors into their nervous system that they don't stand a chance of learning all those behaviors. What you may find is that you kept up 2 of those things very consistently throughout the 21 days. And perhaps there was one of them that you did sporadically, and that there were 3 others that, frankly, you didn't manage to execute. You may also be one of these people, one of these mutants, that sets out to do 6 new things per day for 21 days and performs every single one of them. Terrific. More power to you. In that case, for the following 21 days, let's see whether or not you can continue to perform those very same 6 things every day for 21 days. And only then would you want to add more habits in. So you could repeat this 21-day process, 21 days of new habit, 21 days of testing those new habits as whether or not they're reflexive or not. You could do that forever if you wanted. If you expect a reward and the reward comes, a particular behavior that was associated with generating that reward is more likely to occur again. That's pretty straightforward. Reward prediction error also says that if we expect a reward and the reward doesn't come, that the pattern of dopamine release will follow a particular contour.